Hi, this is How to Play Good as Hell on Piano Part 1. If you're already able to play your chords, then this will be a two-part tutorial for you. In this part, I'll teach you how to play Good as Hell almost exactly as it's found on the original track. However, if you're a complete beginner, then you need to go straight to Part 3. I've included Part 3 for beginners. It'll teach you where all your notes are found on the piano, and it'll teach you how to play basic chords. So if you're a complete beginner, that part is for you. Then you can go on to Part 1. Then in Part 2, there's a couple of little nuances that I haven't taught in Part 1, so I'll show you those. And also the riff is played through twice. So in Part 2, I'll teach you how to play the second time through. So by the end of Part 2, you'll be able to play this track almost exactly as it's found on the original. So good luck. So if you've learned Part 1, you should have learnt this basic sequence now. Let me play this for you quickly. So, okay. Now we're going to add some of the complexities of the actual track. So here we go. I've written this out here for you. Now this is how this works. This is the first chord, which is found here, thumb inversion A flat. If you didn't do Part 1, basically you've got to play a root position A flat chord. So A flat, C, and E flat. Okay, so that's your thumb inversion A flat with a double octave A flat in the bass. All right, and then I've written the fingers out for you here. So we've got the little finger on A flat, thumb on A flat, thumb on A flat, middle finger on A flat, little finger on A flat. There you go. And now I've written in the count, so you've got to count to do this, okay? So here's how it goes. It goes 1, 2, then 3, 4, and you'll see it's the middle finger and the little finger from the same A flat chord. That's beat 3, and then on beat 4 you're doing the thumb. Now do this with me, okay? You ready? So it goes. I'll count you in 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's pretty simple, really, isn't it? Let's do it one more time. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. We now move to the next section. Now we're going to be playing a little finger inversion E flat. So for those of you who haven't done the first part of the video, quite simply, it's what's called in classical music a first inversion E flat. I call it a little finger inversion because your little finger's on E flat, your index finger is going to be on B flat, and your thumb is on G. Okay, and in the bass we have a G. So that's what we're going to be playing here. So, and I've written that E flat with a G in the bass, okay? So here's the finger numbers: little finger on G, thumb on G, index finger on G, little finger on G, okay? And it actually goes, this is staccato in classical music. What that means is you just tap the note. Instead of holding it down, you just tap it like that, okay? So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And if you've done the first part, you should be able to switch between these two chords pretty well. If you haven't done for Part 1, you might want to do Part 1 if you can't switch between those two chords, okay? Let's go from here. Ready? So we're going to go 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? One more time. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And obviously I have to take my pedal off in order to get that staccato. But I've got my pedal down, so for the A flat, the pedal stays down. 3, 4, pedal off. 1, 2, and the pedal goes back down again for there. And then that's why I can take my fingers off, because the pedal, if I didn't have the pedal down, that would happen. Okay, so that's that done up to there. And then we're going to do the next chord, which is A flat middle finger inversion. Okay, for those of you who haven't done the first part of the video, this is a second inversion, I believe. A flat, yep, second inversion A flat. Middle finger goes on A flat, thumb goes on E flat, little finger goes on C. Okay, and we've got an F in the bass. It's actually an F minor seventh, but for the purposes of making this tutorial simple, I'm just calling it an A flat with an F in the bass. All right, so and then we have here, quite simply, you just play that on beat 4, like that. All right. Let's try it right the way through. So ready? So we're going to go 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bang. Done. All right. One more time with me. Nice and slowly. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. There's one tiny complication in there, just here. but we'll do that in part 3 because I want to keep this slightly simpler for part 2 of the tutorial. Let's go now to the next part. You're halfway through the riff now, so we're now going to switch to part 2. Now, I'll put this here. All you need to know is that you've just played this A flat with the F and the bass, okay, on beat 4. Now, you've now got to switch to the last chord. So if you remember from the previous part of the tutorial, if you haven't done the previous part of the tutorial, you're quite simply going from an A flat to a C minor, very simply by changing the middle finger to the index finger on G. So for here you've got your middle finger on A flat, you're switching your index finger onto the G, alright? So that's that last chord. And that's what we're doing here. So we're going to go 4, and then 1, and then you're going to go 2, 3, 4, and it's now the G and the E flat, so you're switching from there to there. And you're literally going index finger, thumb on 2 and 3, alright? So let's go from beat 4. I'm going to count you in 3, and then we're going to go 4, 1, 2, 3. Very simple. Let's do it again. 3. We're going to go 3, and you come in on 4. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay? That's done all the way up to there then. And here's the complicated bit, the exciting bit. As you can see, it's more complicated. I've had to add in half beats to get this extra little bit learned. It's quite a cool little riff which will help you with piano playing, rhythm, piano playing generally. It's a really cool thing to know. You use it a lot on the guitar, actually, this kind of riff here. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're still using the same chord, little finger inversion C, with your thumb, with your bass on F, okay? And we're going to go 4, and it's going to go 4, and then it's going to be 4 and 1 and 2. We're just going to do this bit here, okay? So we're going to go 4, then we're going to go and you'll see it's just the thumb and the index for the and. So it goes, I'm going to take my pedal off for this. So 4 and 1, and then you add the little finger and 2. It's pretty simple when it's broken down like that. So it's 4 and 1 and 2. In fact, should I put my pedal down? So put it down. So it's 4 and 1 and 2. I'll take my pedal off. 4 and 1 and 2. Alright, do this with me. So we're going to go 4 and 1 and add the little finger 2. Do it with me again. I can't use 3 and. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. One more time. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Alright? Let's go right back from the beginning of the bar. So now we're going to count 1 and 2. We're going to add the ands in to break it down to half beat. So I'm going to go 1 and 2, pedal down, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And we might also add in the thumb on the 3 there. Okay, let's do that together again, nice and slowly. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay? One more time, maybe slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Got it? Brilliant. Basically, this is the most complicated bit we've done so far, and quite simply, play this really slowly over and over again, okay? Now, you'll feel like you're not learning because you want it to. There's a certain personality type, usually the ones that learn very quickly, that will be particularly frustrated by this because they want to hear it sounding like the song. But trust me, I teach. I've been teaching for many years now, and my job is usually to try and get those people to just slow down a bit and take the time to learn things properly. Now, basically, just play this super slow, exactly as we've just done it, over and over and over again. If you come back tomorrow, you'll be able to do it a little bit faster. Next day you'll be able to do it a little bit faster. Keep doing that till you get it up to full speed, which I'll show you in a second. If you rush it and start messing it up, then you're just going to learn the mistakes. And this is one of the most important things I ever say to any pupils, and I'll ever say to you, is just don't make mistakes. Keep it slow, keep it accurate, and if you just keep repeating it over and over and over again, you'll gradually get faster, and eventually you'll get to full speed with 100% accuracy. If you start making mistakes, you're going too fast and you'll learn the mistakes. Alright? Let's do this. I'm going to do this quickly for you just so it's going to show you what it's going to sound like. Maybe I'll add this as well. So I'm going to go 3, So we're there. So we're going to go 3, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. I'll do it fast. So it's 3 and okay, so 3 and 4 and 1, sorry, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. I missed that one there. Okay, one more time. I should do a bit slow already. So 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, and faster it goes 4, 1, 2, 3. That was it, full speed. It's a bit complicated for me to do because I'm changing so many little things so that you can learn it gradually. But anyway, that's what it's going to be like. Let me play the whole thing now, okay? And basically, as I say, just do each component separately as slowly as you need to, and if you do that, eventually you should be able to put it all together, and it should sound great. Now, should be able to see most of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and when I get to here, I'm just going to switch from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, 4, because eventually you'll need to get fast enough that you can just throw that in. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, 4. So here's the whole thing. So from the beginning, do it with me. I'll go slowly, okay? And hopefully you might not be able to do this straight away. You might have had to take a few days to get all up to this point. But once you've got all the components sorted, we should be able to do this together. You ready? So I'm going to count you in 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 and 2 and 3, 4. All right? We'll do a bit faster. Ready? 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4. A bit faster, ready? 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, so 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm getting nervous suddenly because of all the speed. Right, here we go. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 and 2, 3, 4. Maybe not that fast. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 and 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Alright, so that's what it's going to sound like when you put it all together. That's the end of this part. Take as long as it takes to get that up to that standard. And then in the next part we're going to add, there's just a couple of little extra intricacies. One there and one there, I think. And then you're playing almost exactly as it is on the original. Exactly as it is in the original, actually. So we're going to do that in part 3. And there's also a second through of this riff with some slight changes, and we'll do all of that in part 3. So work hard on getting this perfect before we move on to part 3, and then you can learn to play exactly as it is in the original on part 3. So move now to part 3 if you want to learn to play it exactly as it is on the original. Good luck.